Hello, this is Ron Licht with another CWINGS demo. This video is concerning security and encryption. So right off the bat, I have started to open my sample database, and FileMaker presents us with a login and password prompt. This is standard FileMaker security level, first level, and I always recommend that we put a login and password on every FileMaker solution that I build. So in order to get into the database, we have to be authorized. And once we get in, I have added a decoding and encryption process. So right off the bat, to get into the system, we need to enter that decode password, which is, hope I got that right. I'll try it one more time. Enter the decode password. There we go. Okay, so we've passed our test. We've got the decode password in, and we're ready to go. So what do I mean by encryption? I mean that in some of these layouts, 3 to be precise, there are places for you to enter login and password combinations. This one off the main menu is the online account reference. If we were keeping track of all of our internet accounts, this is for the consultant, not necessarily for the clients. United.com, Netflix, Zoho, Amazon, FM Forums, Dell, etc. We're storing the password as encrypted text, so no one can look over your shoulder, no one can open this file and see the real password. If we click into one of these password fields, we get a prompt or a dialog box that tells us what is that underlying value. This one I happen to pick has a bunch of 2s. And every time we see a decoded value, we have the opportunity to keep it or change it. I'll just go ahead and hit the keep button. And the idea here is that when you view an encrypted password in its decoded state, you can just put it right on your clipboard with a copy, move to a web browser, enter your login and password, and proceed. There are encrypted fields in other places in the database. One is the online account reference, as we mentioned, but also the hardware, the asset management page. There are places to enter logins and license keys for each computer, server, router, printer on your network. Here are the encrypted fields in this portal. I'll just click one and elect to keep it. It's just to show you if I wanted to change it. It's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can make it anything else. I'll make it so now it's, you get a chance to confirm, click OK, and we're done. So that encrypted value has been changed. We're not storing the underlying value, we're storing an encrypted value. The other place that passwords reside are in the domain area. Now this is probably a place that you wouldn't go unless you're an IT service professional doing network administration or web producing or database design. But in each of these tabs there is a place to enter logins and passwords, and they're all encrypted, and they work just the way that I've shown you in the other 2 spots. So let's go back to the menu and take a look at how this really operates. So a couple of levels going on here. The first is a basic enable disable option. If we decide we do not want to use encryption and we just want to store passwords in their visible state, making that change, changing it from enable to disable, means that this encrypted field is locked, and we are free to use any passwords we want, and they will display. So that is no encryption. If we have it enabled, we have a choice excuse me, of requiring the decode password or not requiring it. If we want to not require it, then when the file is opened, and by the way, these settings carry over after you close the file. These are retained, and this is the way the file will open the next time. So if we turn off the decode password requirement, that means that we're encrypting, but anybody who gets in does not need to know that decode password. They get to look at the decoded values. And once again, if we want to change this from no to yes, we have to have already entered the password. Now, we have entered it, so I can change it back and forth, but let's imagine that you have made this requirement, someone gets in, and they have not entered the password to log in, then your encrypted fields are conveniently locked. Okay, they would get this dialog box. You must enter the decode password to view the contents of this field. And that carries over to every place that there's an encrypted value. So what happens next if the person has broken in and you have enabled and required the decode password and they don't know it? They can't get in. And that's encryption. And thank you for watching.